Good morning, folks, and happy Wednesday. I hope and pray that you're doing well today. Hope and pray that you're expecting, not hoping for, not wishing for, but expecting the blessings of God as we go through this day. I'll let you know of the arrangements for James's funeral. It'll be tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the church, and visitation will be at 1 o'clock at the church as well, prior to the funeral. So be in prayer for Rhonda and Sherry and their family, and just be in prayer for a good send-off for one of God's wonderful servants. I'm going to read to you this morning from the book of Psalms, chapter number 27, and verse number 14. David says these words, "Wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord." And you know, in the 27th Psalm, David starts it out affirming God's love, God's protection, God's care. And then as we go through the remainder of the verses in Psalm chapter 27, we see a whole lot of complaints. We see a whole lot of, God, why are you forsaking me? God, why, how long is it going to be before you deliver me? God, why am I having to endure this so much when you've promised to love me and take care of me? But then David says at the end of the psalm, he sort of bookends the psalm, if you will, with praises to God, and then on the other end, wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. You know, we've talked about this before. We have such a problem waiting for anything. I was reading something this morning, and it talked about the so-called microwave generation. And I guess we're a part of that, folks, because we don't like to wait for anything. You think about this. You put something in the microwave, you want it done right now. You don't want to wait the 30 seconds or a minute and a half, whatever it takes. You want it right now. Now, me, I really don't like microwaving all that much. It's good for quick heating up anything. But let's be honest, why was that invented? Because it would take too long for the regular oven to warm something up. And you know, that's where we are right now. We want instant gratification. We want instant information. We want instant answers. We want instant deliverance. But God is not bound by our clock, folks. God is not bound by our time frame. God has his own time frame. And he commands us to wait on him. It's difficult, I know. When we see, we was talking about James, when we see a loved one at the threshold of death, when we're dealing with illness, when we're dealing with difficulties, maybe on a job or something like that, it's very, very difficult for us to wait for God's promised deliverance. But that's what God wants us to do, Christian. He wants us to wait. And why is that? I'm not 100% sure why, but I think I'm pretty sure that I can say with authority that God wants to show us how he's working within us in our period of waiting. I think each and every one of us, if we sat and thought about it, we can think of a time where we've had such a difficulty, and the only thing we could do was wait it out. The only thing we could do was just continue to plead to God. And by the way, we can plead to God for that deliverance. It might not happen the minute we want it, but we can plead to him for that deliverance. But he asks us to wait on him, because he's going to show us mighty, wonderful blessings. I was thinking about just this second, it popped into my head, and you all know me. If it pops in my head, I better say it, or else I'll forget that it was ever there. But when I was stationed in Oklahoma at Fort Sill the second time, I've been stationed there twice. The second time we were stationed there was a drought. It'd been a pretty long drought. And I mean, any of us that's ever planted a garden or worked in a garden or anything like that, we know that difficulty. There's absolutely no rain, and you've got to water it from whatever water source you've got, and it can really cause some problems. But in any case, for a long time, it had been a drought in that area right there, and all of a sudden, these guys in the county that we were in thought it was a good idea. You may have heard of this, cloud seeding. Thought it was a good idea to do cloud seeding. And next thing you know, the rains came. It was almost biblical. It was almost like the flood in Genesis. You know what I believe that was? I believe that was God saying, okay, if you're going to be impatient, then I'm going to take care of you. Be patient with God, folks. We don't understand it all the time. It might not feel good, but wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and He shall do what? Strengthen your heart. David says one last time, wait, I say, on the Lord. I hope and pray you have a wonderful day today. I hope and pray you get some encouragement, challenge, maybe even conviction from this devotional this morning. Tonight is Wednesday, so prayer meeting and Bible studies happening at 6 p.m. Come on out and be with us. You'll enjoy yourself and there's this time in the Lord, I guarantee it. But I hope and pray y'all have a wonderful day today. Love you folks. God bless you. And I'll talk to you a little bit later.